lifting each other up, a brother up, a family in need. Together, it's a way that we succeed. Loving through all the pain, so much to gain, the only way that heals. And we're blessed to know how good it feels to love on passive way, to live on passive way, to give, to live, to love, to lift our fellow man on passive way. Knowing the world has changed, been rearranged and redesigned for all. The world cried out on passive heard the call. We rise above the clouds of disbelief, our hearts so full of love and sweet relief. Giving a hand to those who need it most, a privilege we share. The means to show the world we care, we love on passive way. We live on passive way. We give, we live, we love, we lift our fellow man. We give, we live, we love, we lift our fellow man. We give, we live, we love, we lift our fellow man on passive way.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you're all doing very, very, very well. You know who else is doing very, very well today? Redfern. Redfern has been doing great. He is back. He is back to tell us about how much he loves the new updated website. So I thought that we would come on here quickly. I had a crazy, crazy day. We will do the Sensi stream tomorrow. I tried to get into Megan's live today and I didn't get in, or they didn't go live. I'm not really sure what happened. And also, I just had a crazy day. So I wasn't able to go live until around right now. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Hello, Sam. Very good. So I thought that we would react to what Redfern was talking about. And in case you missed it, they did update the website colors. It went back up, and then they updated the website colors. As you can see, it is now blue and gold. Very important information. Very exciting stuff. So, of course, Red's very excited about this. And a lot of people were worried about Red. I had a lot of people messaging me. And they were like, Queen, Red hasn't gone live in a long time. Maybe he's left. Maybe Jane finally got him to move on. And I was like, I assure you that's not what is happening. Red went on vacation. And then he actually did disappear for a little bit. I hope that he actually had a vacation, took some time off. But I knew that it would not be 72 hours of the website being changed before we heard from Red. You know? The colors, man, the colors. They're like really rad. You gotta see them. So yes, he's very, very excited. So I thought that we would see what he had to say about it. Countdown.
Okay, hello. How is everybody? Good to be here.
You're so shiny. Geez, I thought I was shiny. You're so shiny. Look at you. Did you have a good vacation?
Not been here for a couple of weeks, have I? But today is
Worrying people, Red. You're worrying people. They thought that you had left us.
Wednesday, 11th of March. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. For those who've been wondering where I am, been on holiday vacation with my wife Jane and some friends of ours to celebrate her 60th birthday in Mexico, down in the Yucatan Peninsula. We were heading down towards Tulum.
And she was like, listen, Red, honey, as your wife, for my birthday, just don't do any of these Victory with Ash live streams from the boat. I just want 2 weeks of peace. And you not promoting a scam for my birthday, please. Thank you.
A very nice hotel, all inclusive there. I decided that
we only ever really see like the top of her head, her hair, her ear. Which reminds me, the other day, I don't know how many of you guys watch Danny's live streams. I share them sometimes. And the other day, I went up on Danny's live stream, and Bob was up there, and we were going through a bunch of MLM Zoom meetings. And we came across one, and this poor man, all you could see was his ear the entire time. And I don't know why, but it gave me the giggles for like half an hour. Like, I could not stop laughing about this. I tried getting a welfare check on him. They said you have to wait 72 hours for members of MLMs.
I wasn't going to take my laptop with me because I wanted to relax, wanted to recharge, re-energize, and only had my mobile phone with me. I did one quick video to tell people where I was.
Yeah, we reacted to that.
And I decided that I wasn't going to do any more lives because I really wanted to detach myself from our business and have a good time, in all honesty, which I have.
And you can't really do that here because, well, nothing's really going on, is it?
But here I am back again, and things have been happening, haven't we?
Guess who's back? Back again. Red is back. Tell your friends. Sorry, I had to. You know I have to. It's really is the ADHD in me. Like, for real. Now we know what the problem is.
Whilst we're away, which is what I want to talk to you guys today about. But before we do that, a few shout outs. And that goes to Johnny Linver, who's been doing some great songs. All of these will be coming.
Yes. Yes, he has been filling the void for us at times because Bill Must keeps dropping the ball and not giving us our dancing diaper babies like we keep asking. What good are you if you don't even give us the AI robotic dancing diaper baby songs, Bill? Get on that, damn it!
Up on this channel very shortly. Also, Rafael San-Germain did a live as well whilst I was away, along with James or Jim Hawkins and the lovely Megan Mitchell as well. Well done, guys, for carrying on doing your lives and bringing more content out whilst we are in this waiting period. But
are they working for Red? That was so weird. Well done, guys. Thank you for holding down the fort while I went on vacation. Weird.
Things have been happening.
Things have been happening. They changed the website colors. They made it all one page instead of 3 pages. Because it's cheaper for them. That's it. That's all that's happening.
And we had a new website whilst I was away. just a few days ago, actually, 3 or 4 days ago, that went live. We knew it was down for a few days, and this was obviously to bring us a new web page. Now, before I
This frustrates me. Because if you want my personal opinion, I don't think that's what happened. I think the website went down for another reason, albeit I'm not 100% sure what that reason was. I can't provide you with any evidence to prove this, other than the fact that when the website returned, it returned the same as the old website. If they had shut down the website to give us these changes, then to me, when the website went live again, it would have looked like it does today. But it didn't. For like 2 days, it was the old website, and then it was changed. And like I said, there's not that much changed about it. It was almost like an afterthought, like as if he put it back up and then went, oh shit, we should probably update it so that we have a reason as to why it was down, so that they don't bother us. So it kind of bugged me because they didn't know that it was going down to give them a new website, update it, or whatever you want to say. It wasn't like when the website went down, they all came out here and said, don't worry, guys. We're doing updates. We know we're about to get a new website. Nobody knew what was going on at all. And now just because the colors are changed and whatnot, oh, that must have been why it went down. And I'm like, no, but that's exactly what Ash wants you to say. And it's just so frustrating.
start talking about this, the first thing I want to bring to everybody's attention, and that is on the very front page of this new website, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see code of conduct.
That was there on the last website. It's the exact same code of conduct, Red. What do you mean?
And this is something that is really, really important. And it's something, again, that I am bringing to your attention.
Why now? Why not several months ago when it was originally put up on there? This is weird.
And that is, I want you to have a look at number 4, Article 4, Members' Responsibilities.
Do you not remember getting all excited about this part already in a live stream? We already did this, right?
Very short, but very precise, and there is zero way that anybody can misinterpret what it is saying. I'm actually going to read it out to you. So there is no way that people can misunderstand what the code of conduct and your responsibility if you are a member within Victory with Ash.
Yeah, no, Red, you're right. People in this thing, they understand everything that's going on at all times. Nobody could misunderstand what's going on in Victory with Ash.
It states very clearly, as a member, you are responsible to support the shared vision and goals of Victory with Ash. Treat all members with courtesy, respect, and fairness. And the next one is, for me, almost the most important, and that is to protect the privacy and confidentiality of any personal information shared within the community. And the last one is avoid conduct that may harm the reputation or integrity of the community. Why am I speaking about this first before I start speaking about the new web page?
Yeah.
Why? Because it quite clearly states that we are not allowed to share or talk about anything inside of Victory with Ash. States it very clearly there that it's our responsibility to make sure that we keep and uphold.
That's not what it says. It says protect the privacy and confidentiality of any personal information. Any personal information shared within the community. Any personal information, okay? So, like your name, your last name, your telephone number, your address, that kind of thing, okay? That doesn't mean that you're not allowed to talk about your commission statement or you're not allowed to share your back office publicly. That's not what that means. And you should know that, Red. Like, a little bit worried right now about you. You know what that means.
That courtesy that our CEO has given us by being a member of Victory with Ash. And that is,
Lord. Where does it state it? It's on the website at the very, very bottom. If you click on Code of Conduct and then you scroll down, there's 6 articles. You know? So it is right down here, bottom right hand, Code of Conduct. But it's always been a pop-up and it's always said the same thing. See, it says it's a private invitation-only community. And then it's like, and then we don't share private information. Okay, but it doesn't say we do not share any information, personal information, specifically. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of like, I don't know why Red's reiterating that right now. Because what would people be sharing in this moment exactly? Like, what is there to share? There's nothing to share in this moment. Like all we can really say is, yay, the website colors changed. Like, it's not sharing of any personal information. So I'm a little bit like, yeah, why are you telling us about this right now? Sounds like yet another type of NDA. It pretty much is. That's basically what the Code of Conduct here is. It's also their alleged affiliate agreement, kind of like all mixed into one. And then when you join as a member, apparently you're agreeing to all of these terms. The second you sign, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that would hold up in court, though. And as we've talked before, NDAs can be broken if the NDA is you're not allowed to, like, speak out about the private stuff going on here in our fraudulent scheme. If they're telling you to sign an NDA to protect themselves because they're doing criminal activity, you will not get in trouble. If they, for example, get in trouble for that criminal activity, the court will subpoena you, and your NDA won't matter. It's kind of funny that all these companies always get people to sign NDAs, or like YouTube streamers get people to sign NDAs thinking that then they can like harass the person or something and the person won't be able to speak out. No, the second you commit a crime, your NDA doesn't matter anymore. Fuck your NDA. So like, for example, when Ash made all of the people in OnPassive sign an NDA, the second that the SEC went after them, NDA doesn't matter anymore. That's why they could like deposition Jeffrey and stuff, who we'll be talking about next week. Jeffrey is publishing AI children's books right now. And since I've reviewed some of his books in the past, I thought we would have some fun with that next week.
Is not to share it out publicly. I'm saying this because as soon as our new webpage came out, what did I see?
I don't know, Red. What did you see?
A lot of people sharing the information that is within Victory with Ash. So it means that you have to be a member to be part of it, out on social media. Now, what does this mean for the people that are sharing that information out? Well, you could lose your account. And if you lose your account, there is a fair chance that you will not be allowed to rejoin.
You'll be terminated.
So why don't you do the right thing and stick to that code of conduct that is quite clearly stated what it's all about and what you are allowed to do. I am going to talk about what is public. What is public? It is what you can read before you become a member of Victory with Ash, and obviously what is within the inside of Victory with Ash. And it's really important that we all make sure we have read this. Why? Because it gives us an awful lot of information about what to expect within Victory with Ash. Now, this new webpage, for me, gives even more information of what we are going to see when it gets going. It goes into great detail, in fact, about what we are going to expect. And that is all for all of us to see. So how do you locate it? You quite simply go to victorywithash.com. And before you log in, there is a massive front page for us all to read. And we're going to go over this a little bit now so that we get a better understanding and idea of what to expect within Victory with Ash when we get going. Now, it's obvious that this is all about rising, resetting, and refocusing. And this is very important for all of us to understand.
Rise, resetting, refocusing. Yes, Jesus Christ, right. By the way, I didn't see many people sharing out the inside of the back office at all. So I don't know where they're seeing people share this unless it's in their private group that they allegedly vet everyone in. Which, if that's the case, I could see how maybe some people would be like, I am in the private Facebook group for this, so it should be okay for me to share it because everyone in here should be in the back office. Like, you know what I mean? But in terms of the other Facebook groups, I'm even in a couple of like the private ones, and I really didn't see a lot of people sharing what was behind it at all. I'm kind of like, where was that in your one secret group? Because I don't think it's fair to really get people in trouble for that. You know what I mean? Like, that's extra controlling. We already have Tanya in there yelling at everyone for not putting Victory with Ash in all capital letters or whatever she's mad about this week. But I think that's kind of silly. Like, why couldn't they post it up there? Are you scared of spies? You know, like, come on.
Understand that this is...
Although, like, how are you supposed to sell a platform that you can't show to anyone? You know what I mean? Like, if I can't see what it looks like, I probably don't want to be a part of it. You know, like I'm just supposed to see the homepage website there. read that and then give you my money or join and give you all my info? Just on the hopes that the back office is bumping? Then I get in there and Ash hasn't written anything in there for months. I'd be pissed.
A reset. It is a refocus, and we are rising from those metaphoric ashes.
Where are you rising? Is it invisible? It's massive!
Of before. And it is also good to understand that it is well laid out on this front page of what is going to happen when we get going and the time frame within it. So it starts off then with telling us this is a private members only portal that you will be invited by somebody else to join. It tells us about what to expect in there, membership structure, focused, about the clarity and discipline that is expected for all of us, and giving us real world skills to develop ourselves and our business. It actually points out what to expect as well. It goes on to then explain about what rise means within that context, what reset means within the context, and also
says the same. Let's look at it. I was muted. But I said it literally says the same thing. All right. This says all the same thing here. And if we scroll up, it says all of the same stuff it always said. Even the Meet Ash Mufara, the only thing that's changed, like I said the other day, was that it's called Victory by Ash or whatever. Instead of with Ash. But like I'm like, where are all these crazy changes that you're seeing? It's all literally the same. It's just all on one page now. I'm so confused. Like even this stuff, right? This is what he's talking about right now. Rising begins with a decision. A decision to step out of your comfort zone. Challenge the status quo and reach for something greater than what you currently have. I've read this before. It starts with recognizing that you have the power to change your circumstances, overcome obstacles, and shape the life you truly desire. When you rise, you tap into your inner strength and determination. You refuse to accept mediocrity and choose to pursue excellence instead. Rising means taking action despite fear, pushing through limitations, and refusing to settle for less than your potential. This is the moment you decide to become the hero of your own story and claim a future filled with possibility. It's not telling me anything different. Reset. Once you have risen to meet the challenge, it is time to reset. Resetting is more than a pause. It's a conscious realignment. Because that's what I need. I need a realignment before I join this. It means breaking free from limiting beliefs, habits, and patterns that no longer serve you. Just like resetting a clock or a device, you deliberately choose a fresh starting point, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. During a reset, you gain clarity on what truly matters, which is just victory with Ash to them. You set bold and meaningful goals. You establish a new direction, aligning your attitudes and habits with the life you want to build. Resetting creates space for bigger dreams and restores the focus and energy needed to pursue them. It's the exact same. Refocus. Refocusing is where your personal power becomes multiplied. Instead of scattering energy across distractions, you learn to direct your time, attention, and talents toward what matters most. True focus acts like a magnifying glass, concentrating power without adding effort. See how general and ridiculous it is? Turning ordinary actions into extraordinary results, as they say it. This final step expands your vision beyond personal success. Refocusing means balancing your own goals with the well-being of those around you, who are only people within on passive, really at this point. Your family, if they haven't left you yet, because you've just been doing this for the last 8 years. Your community, again, which is just Victory with Ash, and ultimately the wider world. I don't think we want anything to do with this. I mean, I'm not trying to speak for all of us, but when you focus on making a difference, your achievements gain deeper meaning, and your victory becomes a shared one. How is this telling me, Red, more information about what all of this means than what was on the website before? It's not. It's literally word for word the exact same shit. Just the same general buzzwordy verbal diarrhea. All right, like anyone could read this and be like, oh my God, yes, I can do all of these things. This is amazing. There's no extra steps anywhere. These steps that you're talking about are like the only real thing is what to expect within the first 30 to 90 days. And it's like they kind of promised that before. But like these steps here is really just how to get involved in your thing. They aren't like the next steps that Ash is going to take with Victory with Ash. It literally says join Victory by Ash, activate member access, access training, mentorship, and community, start your structured growth path. It's really just log into this thing and then you change your life. I don't see how it's giving us any more information. I really don't. But anyway, continue.
Refocusing of all of us, not just about business, but within our own goals and mindsets of how to be successful within the online space. It also gives us a good environment as well for us to learn. Many people are motivated to grow, but lack that structure, that membership, mentorship, and accountability. We all have tried to go it alone in one way, shape, or form, but our strength is being together. And this is pointed out very well within this front page that Ash Mifara and his team have put together. So what is that path of what to expect within Victory with Ash? For a start, it's going to be a 30 to 90 day stress-free building confidence and developing those skills, communications, and growth with purpose within Victory with Ash. So
when does that 30 to 90 days start from right now then? It's always said this. Hasn't changed. But we're pretending this part's new. Okay. So the website's been changed for a few days. How's your transformation going? Is it going well? Ash is teaching you guys all kinds of stuff back there, and he's got his geniuses with him. There's a bunch of classes, I'm assuming, then.
Already been told that this is going to be a learning platform that's going to give us the skills to be successful, to be able to build our confidence, to be able to learn.
That's the thing, like making real change is not stress-free. It's very stressful. If you're actually like resetting your life, not stress-free at all.
Communicate and grow with purpose. It goes on to state about the training. It tells us that we are going to be guided, we are going to be helped, and it's going to give us those insights in a clear, intentional format so that we understand.
Again, when does that start? It's been saying that for months.
And what is expected, and also how we are going to learn. We're going to be doing it in a stress-free environment. We'll be learning how to set bold, measured goals. We are going to be learning by influence and effectiveness from other mentors who have been there and know what to expect from our journey.
Woo.
We'll also explore modern business strategy.
I'll be the owl in the room. Who are these geniuses that you're supposed to learn from? Like, this is what I mean. We still don't even know who we're supposed to be learning from. Imagine being like, these people are in control of my future and who I become as a person. Well, I don't know who they are. Who are they? I don't know. I'll be following all their advice, though, doing everything that they say. This is weird. Don't do that, ever.
Emerging AI tools and be able to work smarter, identifying new opportunities and actioning these, giving us the tools we can apply immediately to this theory. It really is.
That would involve getting the tools immediately, though, you know? When you log in and nothing's there, kind of reach an issue with that, don't you?
A development that we'll be able to feel, see, and measure in our own life and business. It goes on
again, and then what is your business? Because as you move forward as an 8-year director bar, you still got about 7.5 years left to go on that. So, what business? Just the future business. The future business they hope he's going to start. Hello, sweet. Good to see you.
Want to tell us about the businesses that you can feel and see and what those are.
That would be nice.
It also states about how this training makes it happen. This is not just a wishful thinking. This is not something that is somebody is going to just sit there and tell us. This is about being able for us to master these skills.
What education does Ash have in teaching or even coaching, training? Like, I'm right now doing a lot of stuff on Wednesdays on my community tab for healing after coercive control. And I'm pulling stuff from my social work for that. And even then I had to go back to textbooks and talk to people about how I could present that information in a safe way on my community tab. A way that people could read it and understand it and know what to do, but also where I wasn't overstepping. And I couldn't help in the process of doing this several months ago, wondering in my mind about what kind of training Ash is getting in terms of how to do courses. As the recovering Hunbot is brought up a bazillion times, you can't just be anyone and then be like, I'm going to teach, I'm going to do coaching, I'm going to train. There is a special way of teaching, and you have to do it in a way that you try to consider, especially if you're doing it like a whole training program, which I'm not, thankfully. But like, if you're doing like a whole course, which is kind of what this is presented as, right? You really do have to think of all the different ways that people learn. You have to implement that into your course so that there's activities for every type of learning. It's a lot of work and a lot of like extra work. It's not just like, I'm really good at this thing and now I'm going to come on here and I'm going to teach this thing. In that case, just do how-to videos. Okay? It's not as easy as that, especially if you're doing something that is supposed to like positively impact people's lives, that involve them making like goals for their future and things of the sort. I don't feel comfortable about people, just any random Joe Schmo, just being like, I'm going to start a course in that. It drives me insane that MLM people start courses already. But like, who's really helping Ash with this educational platform here? Like we need to know. And I want to know, what will he be teaching you all? We still don't know. Which is kind of a crazy concept, that we still don't even really know what it is going to be. Like what exactly we're going to be learning. We say things like it's teaching you how to change your life and your business. That's pretty damn fucking broad, man. It doesn't get more broad than that now, does it? Like, that's pretty much everything. Like, that incorporates everything. Like, I don't know. But I'm assuming it's going to be very much like MLM training, just to teach you how to be in victory with Ash and promote that thing. Which then, in my opinion, you guys are kind of like false marketing. When you're saying, like, come here and join and we'll change your whole life. Teach you how to run a business. No, not a business. Just this future business that can't start for another 7.5 years. You know, like, he's not really giving real business advice that any small business owner could get something out of. Like, it's ridiculous. You know? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, you should see the drama going on over there. The tech pros, yeah. The whole knowledge is wealth thing is annoying and overdone, right? Like, how many coaching programs do we really need? Telling people how to run their MLM downlines. For real, though. There are thousands. I'm confident saying there are thousands. Some of you might be like, well, hundreds. No, there are thousands. Probably close to 1 million by now.
By learning to communicate, to lead with influence, and to
everyone who makes it to the top becomes a coach. That's become the goal.
Achieve bold goals. It's also going to help us make us stand out on social media.
Oh, you do. Just not in the way you want to. You know what? Sure. Sure it will. You guys definitely have your own style, I'll give you that.
Without any pressure, without having to sell, this is all to be learned as we are going through the Victory with Ash platform.
But, okay, this is my thing, though. You can't do attraction marketing on an educational platform if you don't allow people to share the educational platform. see, like, the reason why the attraction marketing thing works with MLMs and why MLMs will be like, you don't have to sell the product, just join and use the product and then it sells itself. You know how they all do that little spiel? It's because they use something called attraction marketing. That means that you're watching them use the product. So in the case of an educational platform, you would maybe watch someone take a couple minutes of a course, show off a couple minutes of a course from the back office, them sitting there in a class, You would maybe then show yourself filling out some, I don't know if you're actually going to do real education. So people are going to have to like do quizzes or fill out any kind of paperwork, but you might show yourself doing that for a minute. And then you would like record yourself being like, I have learned so much since using this platform. It has been great for me. You guys all got to get on here. Like, look at this cool stuff I did. And then showing that cool stuff that you do is what gets people to go, I want to go do that stuff. It's like when I was in Sensia, I would be like, my house smells so good. I have a different warmer in every single room with a different scent. You never know what scent you're going to walk into at my house. And then I would literally walk people around my house and I would show them and I would tell them what I had warming in every warmer. And then the idea was that they see that and they go, I want a warmer in every single one of my rooms. I'm going to buy 10 from her right now. That's like the whole gimmick. Now, see, if Sensi had been like, do attraction marketing, but then you can't show anyone the warmers and wax, what would I have been doing, Red? Just sitting here going, wow, guys, I wish I could tell you what my house smells like and how we got it to smell like this, but I can't. Just come join so you can find out. It's not as impactful, and a lot of people are not going to join something before they find out what it actually is. Luckily and hopefully, there's only a small percentage of people that do that. We hope. I don't know. They're proving me wrong every day.
Form. It then tells us how we can join and what we need to do to be able to do that. It tells us about that structure, the simple.
When people say the hub, growing up in Kingston, that's what we called the downtown area on Princess Street where all the bars were. So my brain automatically thinks of that. And I'm like, yeah, the hub, they'll be bigger than that, I'm sure. If they made it widely accessible, they'd not have the secret that only they know, like any cult, really. Exactly. And that's why they're doing it. They just don't seem to understand how it then fucks with their ability to do the whole attraction marketing thing. There's this disconnect here. But that's okay. It's always funny for us, so makes my job easy.
Structured focus about growth. It tells us in...
That just sounds so crazy. Structured focus about growth. How many buzzwords can you fit into one sentence? Go! 4
very easy steps how to join Victory with Ash and what that membership is going to unlock once we are inside.
I showed you it's not even really the steps on how to join. It's not as fun as when they used to tell everyone how to log into the back office. They used to come on here and get full of video tutorials. Where they would be like, first you click in, log in, and then when you get there, you put in your email address. Remember which email address you use. If you forget, then you're fucked. It's not even that fun, as I showed you. It's just like, all we're going to do is join Victory by Ash, activate member access, then you get access to the training, mentorship, and community, and then you start your structured growth path. Whatever the fuck that means.
It's a lovely website. I like the colours. The blue, dark blue background really makes the white stand out. I love the gold lettering for the icons.
He loved it so much he made himself look gold today. Look at that forehead.
It really does.
Looks like a gold nugget right now.
Give a different edge to this website. It then goes on to give a little history behind our CEO, Ash Mufareh.
Which is the exact same history it gave before. Almost word for word.
And about what he's achieved in his own journey of life as far as being an entrepreneur and businessman.
Oh, yeah. No, does it ever. But he's achieved nothing, so.
All these things aren't made up. They're absolutely true.
Doth protest too much. They're absolutely true, guys. We really, really promise this is a real company for real people.
I've told the story many times about when I first got involved with Ash 8 years ago now.
Brad, does it not just like kill you a little bit inside every time you got to bring up the years? Because like that would just murder me every time if I were you. And I had to be like, yeah, when I met him 8 years ago. 8 years ago when I started this journey with this scam, and it was supposed to launch within 3 months. Remember that, Red? That was fun. All 50 products ready to go. Drop of the hat. You know? Hello, Chris. Remember when they beat up some poor kid who used somebody's login to see the back office? It was back in the day of Charles Osong and Marina as the leaders. Yeah, probably. I remember them getting mad at a few people back then. And like Ash used to scream at people, like full on scream melting down on people. And now today they'll be like, our CEO's never gotten mad at anyone. And I'm like, I literally have clips on my channel. And I'm sure that the recovering Hunbot has tons of clips on hers of you literally flipping your shit on people. Thank you, Sir Ash Mufar, for giving us the financial freedom. You have financial freedom? You're a millionaire, Steven? Wow, he sent all the stolen money to you? Congratulations, nobody else got anything. That sucks for them. So if you're in victory with Ash and you want to know where your money went, apparently it went to Steven. Hit him up. Ask him to send you your commissions. 8 years and nothing has happened. Exactly.
That when I went on to the internet to search this man, what?
Steven. Steven Bollitt. He's apparently reached financial freedom with all of the stolen money. Also, let the SEC know they're still trying to get the money from overseas with Ash.
Came up about him. Nothing but praise, nothing but admiration for his achievements and what he's been able to do in the past. And this little biography about him, about what
that he wrote himself. This isn't like someone giving him an award and then they wrote a speech about all his achievements, Red. This is literally his bio that he approved at the very minimum. Lord. And it's like, I didn't even write my own bio for the DeHeck site. Danny did that for me. But like, he wrote his own bio, so it's going to say whatever he wants it to say. That doesn't legitimize his past. And on my channel, we have gone through this man's entire past. I just did it not that long ago. If you scroll down on these live streams on my channel here, you will see a live stream, and I believe it's called Who Really Is Ash Mufara? Because like every year we just do a little refresh, you know? Because apparently they forget or something. Financial freedom just means you're free from your finances. It means you're being ripped off by a scam. Hello, Nani. Good to see you.
this man is all about gives a little bit of an insight of exactly what I found in those early days. It's refreshing to have that piece of history about our CEO on the front page of this website.
And you know what's really creepy right now? There's a live stream a while ago, and we were reacting to it. And for some reason, Ash decided to bring his son on, and his son came on, and we ended up fast forwarding. We don't react when children are on the screen here on my channel. And right now, because this biography of Ash's, as you can see here down at the bottom, it says faith, family, and service. And so they're acting all like, oh, he's such a family man. And right now in several of the groups, they've taken that clip of him and his son during a webinar together. And his son's like in his PJs. Kid's like 5, 6 years old. And they're like making AI edits of Ash and his minor child and like sharing it around to, I guess, show that he is this amazing family guy. Oh, he's a family guy. No, okay, we won't. Stop it, brain. They don't want you to sing that theme song next, okay? But yeah, that's what they're doing right now. So I'm not going to show it to you because, like I said, we don't put children on my channel here other than my own child. My own child is the only child you will find on here. And that's my choice. But I won't be putting those videos up. But I'm sure that if you guys are on Facebook and you're following any of the Unpassive people, or you guys are in some of these groups and some of them are public, anyone can just join. I'm sure that you can see it for yourself. I just don't like that. I just don't like it a lot. You know, it's not great. And I don't know if it has the effect that they want it to. Like I don't know if people are going to see the edits of that and be like, oh my God, what a family man he is. To bring his child on screen while he is scamming over $108 million from these people. What a good father. It's just not the best idea. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Child exploitation is rampant in cults. Yes. And again, the Recovering Hunbot and I actually did a whole live stream about that where I talked a lot about how there's a lot of child exploitation in Sensi. And people don't seem to realize that it's probably the MLM that does child exploitation the most. And tells you to use your children in ads, record your kids in the bathtub using their bath products, post them all over social media. And I did that. Well, not so much the bath thing, but I did have images of my daughter in the bath with things like stickers covering things up. And her like in a bathing suit, for example, like they tell you to do those things. Because again, that's attraction marketing. And they have all those Sensi buddies. So they tell parents, have your kid cuddle with them on the couch and then take pictures and then post it up and go, look at my kid. They love this thing so much. You know what I mean? So that's coming from somebody who used to do it, woke up, stopped doing it, realized how awful it is. And then I've been speaking out about doing it since 2019. I just don't think it's a good idea. I just don't. You know? Don't do that stuff. I've got a business coach boss babe that uses her kid in her ads as well. And we know how much Cardone exploits his daughters. That's the thing, is that is the whole industry. Some are just better than others, you know? Because like some MLMs don't have as many child products. It's basically like the more child products the MLM has, the more exploitative it's going to be. And since Sensi is so into going after stay-at-home moms and veteran moms, and they have like lines, every single line for children, right? The whole child's line, a whole stuffy line, a whole, like the whole bit. They're partnered with Disney, like, you know? It's a really big thing there. They're probably the worst one for that. And they don't really explain the dangers of that. And they also don't tell parents. Another thing that you don't know is that if you post up a picture of your child using one of their products as an ad for their company, you don't know this, but they're now allowed to take that picture from you. They can put it on their website. They can repost it anywhere for the rest of your life, and there is nothing that you'd be able to do to stop them. You basically have to send them a DMCA notice and then try to take them to court for it. And good luck taking Scentsy to court. They're partnered with Disney. So fucking good luck. That is something that I think is really grimy as well. They never explain that to parents. It's in the very, very fine print of their agreements. Anything that you post up for Scentsy during any of your ad campaigns, even on your personal Facebook, even if private and not shared publicly, the second you say this is for Scentsy, it now belongs to them. And you just might, 10 years after you leave, look on the website and see them using the picture of your kid to sell their products. And again, there's nothing that you'd be able to do about it. Good luck. And I think that's disgusting to not at least explain that that's a possibility to parents. But, you know, again, that's just me. Hello, James. Good to see you. Yeah, the MLM or cult owns you and anything they want from you. They do. And anytime that you make any kind of content, it automatically becomes they have rights to it. It's an ad for their company. And that's a really scary thought. And I didn't even know that until after I left. And I was like, holy fuck, that's not good. That's not a great situation that I have put me and my family in here. Cults strip you of autonomy in most aspects. Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, we live in a weird time where people are sharing everything about their family on Facebook. Like, even I go on Facebook now, there's people in my hometown that are literally like sharing every single moment of their kids. And I am like, oh my God, the kidnappers that live around our hometown probably love it. Love it. It's theirs until they get reported and they need a scapegoat, of course. Yeah, exactly.
It then goes on to say, your journey to personal and professional victory begins the moment you decide to join. And this really is, for me, such a good opportunity for
the moment you decide to join, which would imply that when you join, something is there for you to use. Not like you joined, then your ass gotta sit there waiting. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? The second you join, you start your journey. No, not really. There's no training materials in there. So I'm joining and then I'm just kind of sitting and waiting. Like, we're still waiting for Ash to put whatever he's putting back there. So, no.
People to get involved with if they want to be able to expand their knowledge, expand their business techniques.
Again, though, that would imply that you are providing knowledge that is not readily available for free already out here, you know, so people would have to join you in order to get that very specific knowledge, which I just don't think Ash has. Also implies that there's something there. You know what I mean? There's nothing there. So you're not learning anything. What are you... Again, and about general business? No. No. If you run a Staples, taking these courses is going to do shit for you. Like,
why? Because it's all free. It is being given to us to make us better entrepreneurs, better business people, and better people in ourselves.
Better people in ourselves. Don't give yourselves DID. That's not very nice. That was a very bad joke. I'm sorry. Better people in ourselves. Again, though, is Ash really the person you want to learn how to be a good person from? The guy that got sued for $108 million. Like, surely there's better people who can tell you how to run a business and your life. Have you ever tried therapy? It's great. Highly recommend.
All of this is going to have a huge impact on all of us as far as our growth is concerned, as far as our knowledge base is concerned.
I'm sorry, Red, you're always going to be 5 foot. You just don't grow anymore, buddy. Now you're going to start shrinking.
And also, inevitably, how our business will grow.
Inevitably.
So in essence, I've loved the new website. I think it's bold. I think it is enticing. I think it gives a really good understanding and picture of what to expect within Victory with Ash.
I think he looks so confused. I love it. I do. I actually kind of like this picture better than the awkward thumbs up picture because he just looks fucking confused, which I feel like that's how we all look when we go to the website and whenever he talks. Like he just looks fucking confused. Like, yeah, no, that guy, he's ready to teach me all about my life. Can't wait.
Important to know what that code of conduct is. What is expected of you? What are the boundaries you are allowed?
Well, to be fair, James, he does live on a boat. He's on a boat.
Allowed to work within. They're very simple. They're very easy to understand. And this is why I find it very difficult to accept that people do not know what they are doing when they share things from within Victory with Ash in the public domain.
There is nothing that says that you can't share anything, technically. It just says no personal information. It technically says that it's confidential, but that does not then equate to it actually being confidential. Proprietary information.
At the end of the day, it's your choice to whether to adhere to that code of conduct or not. But one thing's for sure, if you are omitted from the platform because of things that you have done in the past.
Red's writing down all of your names right now. Every time that you share something, you know Red and Tanya are there like, okay, this was shared by Sweet Gop. We will be reporting her. And then we'll get her terminated without notice. So, be careful. Don't trust Red. Just block him. Block him on your social medias so that he can't rat you out.
You have only got yourself to blame because you have not adhered to that very simple, understandable code of conduct.
What can you share from the back office? There's nothing there. I know. He's claiming that people took to social media sharing all kinds of screenshots. And when I watched this earlier, I went to social media because I was like, weird. I'm following like most of the people that do posts like that. Right? And I'm in like most of the groups. And I couldn't find anyone sharing anything other than screenshots of the main web page and talking about the color changes. That's all I saw over and over and over again. And then I saw people sharing that video of Ash and his son over and over again, talking about how he's a family man. Right? I didn't see a lot of people sharing. So I'm kind of like, if they're sharing it in their like back office Facebook private group, that should be fine. I don't know why you would then rat them out for sharing it in there. But there isn't a lot of public sharing. There isn't anything back there. There's no new message back there as of right now from Ash. He hasn't uploaded a video. So, like, if they did share it, it would just be a screenshot of what the back office looks like with the new colors. And they would, again, just be like, pretty colors. Woo, pretty colors. Like, that's it. So I don't understand why they're getting so angry. But I guess they need something to be mad about. Because Red doesn't want to go live just to be like, we are here to talk about blue and gold. You know? Those curtains belong to my Nan, I think. I love how they look like a bunch of triangles. It's very fitting.
Let's all do the right thing. Let's adhere to it. Let's make sure that we don't cross the lines that are laid out for us, because inevitably it is there for our protection as much as the business as well. Anyway, guys.
You know those fraudsters who try to flex and make you think they are rich because they have expensive cars? They are renting those cars, yep. Ash can't afford to rent a mirror off a Lambo for 6 hours. That's right.
That's it from me for today. Great being back here. I've missed my online family as much as you can miss an online family. I've had a great time with friends.
What does that mean? What does that even mean? He didn't miss you at all. As much as you can miss an online family, he says. And yeah, let's all do the right thing, huh? That would be walking away from this and not trying to rope anyone else into it, so Ash can then bleed them dry. I mean, look at you, Red. You're living on a damn boat.
And real family on holiday, on my vacation. We had such a good time. Lots and lots and lots of belly laughs, indulgence, doing things to the excess, which is exactly what you should do when you are away. And I recommend everybody has that break so that you can come back re-energized, recharged, and as our CEO has said, look forward to rise, reset, and refocus. That's it from me. Speak to you all very soon. Bye for now.
Oh, yeah, because they're the On Passive family, or the Victory with Ash family, depending on who you ask, I guess. You know? So then he's saying, I was on vacation with my real family, like the people I actually am biologically related to. But that's the other thing that Red doesn't understand, is that he just went to Mexico with Jane and family and friends. Most people in this don't have the money to go on vacation. A lot of people come on the internet to escape real life. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. And so when you think about that, it's kind of funny that they're like, log off the internet and go and take a break, which I agree with. You definitely need to do. But for a lot of people in On Passive, what are they doing when they take a break? The same thing that they're doing every day. You know, like they're not going to be in Mexico sipping margaritas with their family. He doesn't understand that he's in a privileged position that most people aren't in. And it's not because of this scheme. And he says things like that, like everyone can just now jump on a plane to Mexico with their friends and family and take a 2-week vacation, you know? And it's like people were kind of expecting this thing to take off so that they could have the money to do that. That's what you had promised them for 8 years. And here we are, you know? It's just, gross. Red missed that 0.99 Vietnamese currency from Colonel Daniel Lee. Yeah, he needs that. Yes, take a break. We encourage up to 14 days breaks away. It helps with the waking up process, being away from the isolated cultic environment. Go do the break. But the problem is, though, is that did he do a break? Because he seemed to know when the website went down. He seemed to know when the website went back up. He seemed to know when the website changed. So he may have taken a break, but he was still very much paying attention to what was going on here. And it's almost like he waited for something to change and for the website to come back up before he came back. For a little while, I was like, Red won't be back until the website's, like, what is he supposed to come back and say? Sorry, guys, the website's down, you know? I miss his Ash body language breakdown videos. I do too. Even though this one was fun because he talked about the colors of the website being bold. Is this going to be another rabbit hole I'm going to get lost in now? Probably. You're always welcome to follow me down these rabbit holes. It needs to be a full digital detox, to be fair. Exactly. You have to get off of everything. Stop using all social medias and everything. I still get triggered using social media because of MLMs. And because, like, they're full of scams. They're just full of them. Go on Facebook, it's like scam. I'm like, I'm trying to see what family and friends are doing. Why is this creeping into my life everywhere? Right? But I've already gone through a lot of healing since being in MLMs, Red. And I did do a whole detachment. And I do all the time. All the time. I have full days where I spend hours and hours and hours nowhere near what's going on here on YouTube. And then sometimes I forget about things and then I don't pay attention to communities and then I come back and it's been like 3 weeks and then I'm like, fuck, I have no clue what's going on here now. I've just been doing my streams and then getting off the internet. And now I don't know what's going on the internet because I've just been doing my own thing off the internet. And then I feel like I have to play catch up. You know? Rediscover the you before the culty you. Listen to the music you liked before. Or the movies and people you were close to. Exactly. And like I said, we talk about that with my channel every single Wednesday. We do healing after coercive control. And we did it again this Wednesday, which is today. And I did a bunch of community tab posts about healing after coercive control. Let's see if I can share it. Let's see if I can share it. Dun 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 dun. Right here. Yes. Yay. That's right. That's right. So every single Wednesday on my community tab, we do healing after coercive control. So here's my post. All right. And today we are talking about deprogramming questions. So, for example, deprogramming questions help you gently challenge those old narratives. Choose one belief you still carry from the coercive system. Then ask, who taught me this? Who benefits from me believing this? What evidence supports it? What evidence contradicts it? What would I tell a friend who believed this? And, really start to find out, is this my voice or is this someone else's voice? We do the values reconnection map, which is when you rediscover what you actually believe. And again, if you do these things together, they'll really, really help you. We need a meme every day at lunchtime just for fun. Then you're going to do the permission slip practice, another really great one, where you give yourself permission to rest without earning it. Give yourself permission to say no without explaining. Every day, go, what am I going to give myself permission to do today? That maybe I wouldn't have given myself permission to do when I was in that group. What can I give myself permission to do today? What should we be doing, And if you do one every single day, I like to write them down and say them out loud, then it will help. It will help your way of thinking. And then, of course, we talked about the internalized voice extraction. So a lot of this right now is in relation to figuring out, are you listening to your own voice in your head, or is there somebody else's voice in your head? Is the cult still in your head? Is it still telling you how to be and how to act and what you should do with your days? And how do you separate that voice from your voice? How do you recognize when it's your voice? And then how do you only listen to your voice while also figuring out what your voice should be saying? Because when you're in a controlling environment, oftentimes it's not your voice that you're listening to. I still get the feeling of that I'm going to get into trouble. I still have moments where, because I grew up in a very, very controlling environment with a narcissist as a mom. And there's been days where I am so hard on myself in my own head because it's her voice in there. It's not my voice. I didn't even have a voice for the first 26 years of my life. And even up till this day sometimes, she creeps in. And I've been no contact for like 8 years. So this is what I mean. Even if you go no contact, even if you get out of the cult, there are still things that can be affecting you in your everyday life that you don't really realize. And my idea with this is to give you little things that you can be doing in your everyday life. Just as you go through your days, they don't take long, just a couple minutes. Each one, just a couple minutes. You could actually spend half an hour of your day and do all of these things every day. And I promise you that it can help you. But you got to take it seriously and you got to really do them every single day kind of thing, right? And then I usually wrap it up. And last week was interesting because we were even talking about the shelf. And like, for those that don't know, that's my shelf. So last week when we were talking about the shelf exercise, where I told you guys that you may have had a spot when you were in an MLM or when you were in a cult that was an altar. Get rid of all that shit. Throw it in a garbage bag in the back of your closet if you don't want to throw it in the garbage. But put all of that away and then build a shelf with things that make you happy. All right, that's a picture of me as a kid. And then I've got my daughter's handprints, got my marriage, picture of my kid as a baby. You got to have Matthew Lillard's Scooby-Doo up there somewhere. A bunch of the books that I read to my daughter, including the book that was read at my buddy's funeral when he passed away. Because it was one that I read to my daughter, so that's there. It's I'll Love You Forever by Robert Munch. I just have a bunch of stuff, and then all of my notes. Sorry, those are my notebooks. All my cult stuff. Well, I'm not telling you guys to do things that I'm not actively doing myself, and that I haven't told other people to do when leaving even other cults, religious ones. I think it's just really important. And so we do that every single Wednesday. I give you guys tips and tricks for things you can do around the house. Just like I said, just a few minutes. Same with the narc mom and sister. I didn't have my own feelings, thoughts. What I liked or said was done through someone else or them being the ones I would be mirroring to be seen as worthy. Exactly. And so you have to decide what you think makes you worthy. Right? You have to live your life the way that you want to live it. Because when you grow up with a narc mom, oftentimes you end up being the extension of her. And everything becomes about her and not you. Like everything that I did, everything that I struggled with was to hurt her. It wasn't because I was struggling. Because I have like autism and ADHD and PTSD or anything like that. It wasn't from that. It was because I was actively trying to hurt my mother, that I was not being a perfect, straight A+ student at all times and well-behaved angel, little Catholic girl, you know? And so I grew up to be atheist. It's like the worst thing I could have grown up to be. And, you know, and I didn't marry rich. Don't marry for love, marry for money. It's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man than a poor man. And I almost did the opposite. I was like, I am going to find a poor man and we're going to make it together. Fuck you! But no, my husband wasn't poor either, but but he wasn't like loaded from some rich ass family that was like royalty or something, like what was supposed to happen, you know? And so I'm very, very bad of me. And I wanted to do my own thing. And I was into writing, and writing's not a job. You can't be a writer as a job. Nobody writes as a job. It's not a real job. It's not a real occupation. So I had to find something else to do. So I went with social work because my whole family did social work. And I was like, she can't be mad. Literally, my whole family does this. What are you going to say? I'm following in the family's footsteps now. Okay. I'm doing it. But the problem is that I don't have the brain for systems. I got shipped off to Australia with the Pentecostal church and stuff too. I've been there. Yeah, my parents tried to put me in group homes a whole bunch of times. But it never happened. It never happened. Because I was a bad child. Because when my mom was drunk at 3 a.m, screaming at the top of her lungs, and I had school the next morning because it was a school night, and I told her to be quiet, that was wrong. I was obviously a troubled teen for that. It didn't matter that I had a science test the next day, and that if I didn't get an A+ on it, I was going to be treated awfully for at least a week. That didn't matter. But, you know, I don't need sleep or anything for school. I was just a problematic child, and we went to all kinds of family therapies, and of course, I was never allowed to actually tell them what was happening. So we would go to family therapies, and they'd be like, I don't know what got into her. She just yelled at us at 3 a.m. And I wouldn't be allowed to tell the therapist. They were drunk and screaming. I'm 10 and I want to go to bed. I have school tomorrow. Like, I wasn't allowed. If I even mentioned that, oh my God, I would have been in so much shit. I would have been beaten. So, like, I had to just sit there and be like, yeah, no, I just flip out over nothing at 3 a.m. Yeah, that must be what's going on here. Fuck. And I got failed and failed and failed and failed by every single system that was apparently supposed to help me. But they can't help you when you're walking in there with an narc mom. The only book that I've ever fully identified with is I Am Glad That My Mom's Dead. When that book came out, I was like, oh my God. Because I was also a dance kid. We did ballet. Catholic ballet. You know, it's a thing. So yeah. No, I've gone through it. I've done the coercive parent. I've done the abusive relationship. I've done the MLM cult. I've done the spirituality cult, because before I was atheist, I thought I would go and try to be spiritual. And I told myself, I won't fall for a cult because I am not religious. I'm spiritual. And that's not the same thing. And I was wrong. All right, because Teal Swan's definitely running a cult, okay? And if you look up my internet history, you will find a whole fucking time in my internet history where I was like, I am an empath. And I am very spiritual. And I am a hippie. And you'll even see me dressing up in hippie attire. I'm sure there's pictures somewhere. And I promise you, I became that person. I was like, yes, we are love and peace, my people. And I did the whole thing for a little while. And then I went, this is triggering me. Things kept triggering me. And I kept going, why am I keep getting triggered by all this stuff? What is going on? And then finally, after MLMs, I went, oh, it's because I keep getting into coercively controlling environments. That's what it is. And then, I had to join one more on here just to see if YouTube had them, I guess. And now here I am. It all felt so normal growing up too. Well, that's the thing, is that when you're a child, especially, and you're growing up, you don't know any different. Like, I remember, like, going over to friends' houses and then being like, it's so quiet here. Like, your parents aren't just screaming for, like, 7 hours straight. Weird. And, like, friends used to call me on the phone when I was growing up, and, like, they would be, like, yelling in the background. And my friends on the phone would be like, is everything okay at your house? And, like, I was just so used to it that I did not even, like, realize, like little people screaming in the background, and my friends are like, why is everyone screaming at your house? Like, is everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, no, this is just, like, how things are at my house. Like, what do you mean? Like, this happens every day. Like, what, your house isn't like that? We can still talk on the phone. It'll be fine. And that was, like, my whole high school experience. Because, we didn't really have the internet as much. We just really had ICQ and the phone. So we still did, like, 5-hour phone calls when I was growing up. And we did 3-way phone calls. And, I went to school in the year 2000. I started high school. So, like, literally, I didn't even realize that it was bizarre. And it took, like, several years of people being like, that's strange. Like, you realize that that's not normal. And, like, how you don't react to it is not normal. And I'm like, yeah, but that's just how it is for me. So that's my normal life. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Sometimes, too, like, even with MLMs, like, you don't realize how much things affected you until afterwards, and you're looking back and you're like, man, this really did fuck me up because of this. That's weird. I ended up with a constant tremor throughout my teens, and nobody knew why. It was always shaking. It's been going for the last few years since finding AntiMLM, though. Yeah. And I think it's because you have to deal with those things, and you really do have to, like, deconstruct them. Really, like, get in there, get down deep, and figure out all of it. Almost like you're figuring out why you are the way you are, And then once you figure it all out, then it becomes quite easy. After that, it's kind of fun. Then you get to discover yourself for who you are. And that's kind of fun. Like, you can make that part fun. And I suggest doing it. Go out, try all kinds of new things. Go do things that you never thought you would do. I thought I was one very specific way my whole life, because I was told that that's who I was, that's who I was, that's who I was. So I was just like, okay, I am this person. This is who I am. This is what I'm supposed to do and what I'm meant to be. And then I had to be like, fuck all that. And then I had to find out who I actually really am. And then it turned out that I wasn't as into some things as I thought I was. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I thought I was really into this, but I don't actually really like that at all. I only like that because it was pushed on me and I felt like I had to. Not doing that anymore, you know, like things like that. But that can be fun, you know? It'll be fun. I'm going to do hot chocolate. No more caffeine today, yeah, right? I only had one coffee today. And then I fell asleep for 6 hours in the afternoon because I was exhausted from doing a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Enough rambling from me. I just thought we would talk about that for a minute, because if you think that I'm like out here and I'm just making fun of people for doing scams, yeah, we do a little bit of that. But I also am hoping that some of this stuff on Wednesday will actually be helpful. And like I said, that's my shelf. It's all stuff that I've done. And maybe we should start doing streams in the future where we can do them all together. That would be kind of fun. I would like that, but I don't know if that's something that you guys would be interested in, is seeing these tools get used, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how far we can take it, but I'm definitely never going to be selling them in a coaching program called Healing After Coercive Control, where you come pay $199 and then I teach you how to get better. I assure you it won't be anything like that. But I have been thinking about doing some live streams where we just kind of like do some of the things together. And I can show you guys what I've done already, and you know, maybe that will help and motivate you to do something. Because you can get help for your mental health, I promise. If I can, then you definitely can. We all decided I was the most fucked up person on the internet a long time ago, remember? So that means everyone else can get better too. But yeah, enough rambling from me. I hope that all of you had a fabulous, amazing day. Tomorrow we are going to do the Scentsy stuff because I had the kiddo home today and things got wild. And so I wasn't able to, and I was feeling like shit. It was a weird day today. I had so much to do earlier. Like, it was just bizarre. But tomorrow I do have it scheduled for, I think I'm going live around 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I want to watch Heidi and Orville. I have their end of the month, and I also have their whatchamacall, the party thing that they did. So I want to do that and see how they've been acting, you know, with all these changes. I just want to get a read on them. It's been a little while. So I hope you come hang out with me for that. Have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your night. And I'll see you all tomorrow.
My name is Ashma, and I'm your friend. My name is Ashma, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's the call. Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own page. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ashmo Potter. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. Asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want. Only Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences. My name is Ashmo Potter, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Illich, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
More followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name's Ashmo Potter.
Stop going there.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name's Ashmo Potter, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.